Alright, Chicos, welcome to the Doodle Droid. Today's drawing is going to be how to draw a fantasy skate park. I'm going to get you started, but you can feel free to take this in whatever direction you want to. This is going to be a little bit trickier than most of my other videos. There's lots of 3D shapes involved. I recommend a pencil and one with an eraser. Also, this is probably for 4th graders and up, but you can give it a shot no matter what grade you're in. But just so you know, don't get frustrated, don't be too hard on yourself because this is pretty advanced. But if you need to gather your materials, go ahead and do that now and pause it. But if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I've got my paper sideways. I think that is probably the best way to position your paper. And the first thing we're going to put in our skate park is a pool, but not a pool for swimming in, a pool for skating in. And we're going to kind of draw it like a peanut shape. So like a little bit like a number 8, but not touching in the middle. So just watch as I do, and then give it a shot yourself. And it doesn't have to be exactly perfect. But I'm going to put it somewhere over here in the bottom corner. Okay. Now, that's the basic shape of the pool. And let's go ahead and put a border around it. That's called the coping. And that's where you do a grind. So I'm going to make the border stay pretty close to the first line I drew, but as I get closer to the bottom of the paper, that border is going to get bigger, and that's because things that are closer to us seem bigger. Okay, now to really make this look three-dimensional, I'm going to go to these spots that kind of poke in, like the middle part, and I'm going to draw a curved line right here. I'm going to do the same thing right here. And now at the bottom of the pool, it's got to have a drain. So somewhere right around here on the deep end, put a little circle. And over here I'm going to put a light. And let's go ahead and draw some lines all around the border for the coping. Okay, so there's my pool, and let's put a rail next to the pool. So this is going to be a flat rail, like just goes horizontally. So it's a long cylinder, and depending how big your paper is, you can put it wherever you want. But I'm going to put a little circle here, and then draw some straight lines going out, and then connect them with a curved line. Now this is where it can be kind of tricky, but we're going to draw some lines that are parallel to the side of the paper. So go down, down. Make sure they're parallel to the side of the paper. It can get kind of confusing. And now I'm going to draw some supports on the legs of the rail that are parallel to the bottom of the paper. So you can see the bottom of my paper. I'm going to go like that. Here we have our flat rail. I think, even though this isn't really a landscape, let's go ahead and put a horizon line in there. And I want plenty of room to draw the skate park, so we're going to kind of do it like as if we're standing up above and put the horizon line really high up here. You can make it straight or curved or however you want. let's see. I think as we go towards the horizon line, we need to make our obstacles a little smaller. Okay, so let's put a manual pad or a ledge box. I'm going to put it right here. So I'm going to draw a rectangle. And on these three corners, I'm going to draw diagonal lines and make all those diagonal lines the same. So they're all going parallel. Okay. Another tricky thing is I'm going to draw a connector right here, and it has to be exactly parallel with the side of my paper. So draw straight up and down. And I got a little extra there. I'm going to erase that. And now I'm going to connect these two lines, but the tricky thing is they have to be parallel with the bottom of the paper. So I'm going to draw from this corner over. You see how I have a lot of extra? I'm going to erase that. And there I've got my ledge or box. It's not perfect, but I think it's fine. Let's add a couple more things. How about a pyramid? So this is good for doing like flip tricks from one bank to the next. They're really fun. So let's draw a pyramid. We're going to make it small up here towards the horizon line. Let's do a shape like this. Okay. And we have to draw 3 diagonal lines. This is kind of similar to the box here. I'm going to draw a diagonal line here, and here, and here. Now the difference is, when we connect them, they're not going to be parallel to the edge of the paper. I'm going to let this one be a little bit longer because the bottom of the pyramid is bigger than the top. And I know it's tricky, it's confusing because this isn't really technically a pyramid because it doesn't have the point on top, but when you're talking about a skate park, this is a pyramid. So now I'm going to connect these two and connect these. And let's see, what else could we make? How about we draw a half pipe or a mini ramp back here. So wherever you've got some space, we're going to draw this, and I'm going to draw it nice and small. I think this shape will come in handy for us. So I'm going to draw a little circle here, then 2 diagonals coming out. Connect those with a curve. And let's actually we'll just make it a quarter pipe. I think that's all I've got room for. So I drew the coping rail, and now I'm going to go down and over from that edge and back. And then I'm going to go down and over. Then we're going to do the same line here, coping back. Okay. Now I think you should add some people skateboarding or scootering or whatever you want to do at this skate park. You can shade it, you can add more details, put some graffiti on stuff, whatever you want. Thanks for drawing with me.